what we're doing is that we fitted these lights yesterday in the ceiling and in the bathroom as well. So we need to fit one here today. This is a little space, not a cupboard, a little space. So anyways, we've got the cables. These are the two cables coming in and going to the next light, right? So that's what we'll do, and we'll fit the light sort of there, or we'll see if we need to bring it down a bit. Okay, we'll see. This is a light which we're going to fit in order to make a hole in the ceiling for this to go in using these springs. What we need to do is do a measurement first to see what size of hole we need to make here. Right, so this we've got from this edge across. We'll see what size it is. So it is about 4 inches, or about 100 millimeters, 10 centimeters. So if we make a hole 10 centimeters or 4 inches, then this light should go through the ceiling and springs should hold this in place. And let's see if we've got a 100 mil bit. We've got the 100 mil bit hole saw to go through the plasterboard to fit the light. Let's do the hole and then put the light in. This is after this support. We're going to put the light sort of there, because at the front I think there will be light sufficient anyway, so at the back it will be more darker. So this is probably where we'll make the hole. Right, put the hole. So we've got insulation behind there in the roof, and we'll extend these cables or just pull them down a bit so they can fit onto the light. So we've got the hole cut in, the cable sticking through for the light, the live coming into the light, the neutral, the earth is not being used on this this light, so I've just yeah, let's connect the light. So this is the light, and this is the driver which comes with it. So it's got a connecting pin and the cables on the other side. I'm just going to connect the cables like so in there, and put a box on it, and then we'll stick it back into the inside of the ceiling and then stick the lights on. Right, so cable from the switch and cable off the driver, connections in there inside the junction box. Had to make another hole because the junction box is a bit chunky to squeeze this in into the ceiling. So that point seemed quite high for the light because it's going to sit at an angle. So just extended the cables from there to this point, just the switch live out to the light, connected the cable onto the driver and onto the light. So it's just to stick the light back into this. Right, so these springs which we put on earlier, excuse my dirty hands, they sort of toggle backwards and stick behind the plasterboard. As I push this in, they will just flick behind the plasterboard. This one will come this way and that one will push that way, and it will hold the light in position. Back into position, sitting absolutely flush and nicely onto the ceiling. We had to make another hole to accommodate the junction box for the cables. The cables which were dangling here, they were interconnected with the lights junction box, and then the power was going forward. Then we put a switch cable here because the switch will eventually sit somewhere over there. So, but at the moment, because we haven't got no plasterboard, we've just left it dangling with a back box and a front switch. Right, so this is what it looks like, and with the light and without the light. So it's a decent amount of light from this one with the light and without the light.